proper way to deal with the situation is to report the matter to the commanding officer without delay. He will take whatever steps are necessary. Under no circumstances must a soldier appoint himself a one-man police force.
And welcome back to Kingsport 1943, Monsterhearts and Lovecraft Country. This is episode 4, where we hope to have a lot of Faery royalty hijinks and maybe some Innsmouth exile fun. I'm Kat Raman. I am joined once again with a fantastic cast. Let's start with my longtime partner in this criminal enterprise, Serafina, who is playing Astrid the Unicorn.
Yep. Hi, I'm Serafina. I'm playing Astrid, who is just so kind and so good and so innocent, and so clearly nothing bad will happen to her. She's currently, Selina crashed the car, and we are wandering through the woods on our way to a diner where surely nothing bad will happen to anyone.
I think you got to the diner, so that part.
Oh, that's right. Okay, good.
Yeah.
We're
So
just
you see, things are looking up. Things are already looking for you.
Yeah, we're inside.
Where it's safe. Nothing bad is inside. So speaking of our other inside, Selina is played by Joe, and she is our Fae.
Mm-hmm. Hello, I'm Joe. Selina only crashed the car because she was distracted by Astrid, because, confusing teenage feelings. And yeah, I'm embroiled in this whole Fae thing, and it's gonna be terrible, but it'll be fun. So, yep.
No chaos there. Next, let us go over to a original Kingsporter, Jesse, who's playing Edward the Ghoul.
Hi, I'm Jesse. I'm playing Edward, the thrill-seeking ghoul, and according to Selina, I'm a real asshole right now, and me and Lawrence are running through the woods, fleeing from probably the military, maybe. I don't know that it's clear yet, but it seems like it'll be fine. My guess.
It really isn't any fun when you guys do it for me. Yes, everything will be fine in the end. We're a long way from the end. And finally, our other original Kingsporter, Bethany, who is playing Lawrence, the Sasquatch.
Yeah, so Lawrence is also with Edward, doing the distraction half of this weird mission to get this guy out of town, who we seem to have lost anyways. So he is out of town, so that was a success. But yeah, there's probably someone out looking for us, or the boat we stole, or anyway, we're in the woods, and there are people wandering around the woods with flashlights. So it's fine. It's cool.
Yeah,
they
definitely.
won't find us.
Everything. No, probably not. Almost certainly, they will. But you got nothing to worry about. It's not like you recently committed any criminal activities.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, technically, you didn't steal the boat. On the open sea, it's called piracy.
Well, we were at the dock at the time when we took it, so I don't know that it's piracy as opposed to theft, but
it's just hijinks. Hijinks aren't a crime.
Yeah.
They might be in wartime, though. So, okay, who do we want to start with first? Because it's such a smorgasbord of riches. I don't know where to begin. He volunteers. Oh.
So you're the Faery King. I'll go, sure.
Yes. So you are sitting in a small diner, railway diner on a road to Dunwich with a well-dressed man who's mournfully eating some clam chowder because he couldn't get a pastrami sandwich. He leans back and says, "Yes, Edward, you can call me that."
Well, I met your wife. She's a real piece of work.
Hey, now you're talking about. Yeah, I mean it's fair. It's fair. She's a little out there.
Mm-hmm. So, like, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, Selina, I mean, you meddle in our affairs, so it only seems fair that we return the favor. Don't you?
No. I would argue that I was not meddling in your affairs, but just dealing with my own.
Well, true, but you did take the gift of Faery for yourself, and we do have to check in. But I'll have you know that I one value initiative on my side, and stealing our powers definitely shows a lot of initiative. You're a go type of gal, the kind of modern woman that we could use in Faery right now. And I mean, come on. Do you really want to spend all your time here? It's drab. I mean, you can't even get like rubber, and you have to hand in tin to the government. It's ridiculous.
It's my kind of ridiculous. At least I understand it.
Well,
Plus, my friends are here.
Well, we could bring them with us now, couldn't we?
I'd like to not go.
Astrid, may I introduce Fairy King, I suppose?
Yes, good to meet you. Astrid Fairchild, which I'm sure you know. What are we talking about?
You had to bring a unicorn, huh?
Look, I brought my friend, who just happens to be a unicorn. Which I only recently found out. So,
Fairchild, if I find out that this was your machination to give this mortal a share of our power, or your family's, the old truces don't mean anything when you cross a line like that.
No,
so
she already chewed me out for getting this power. So,
yes, I think that you'll find that my feelings with regard to the sort of meddling and trickery that the Fae engage in are less than kind.
Well, don't believe the propaganda, dear. We're not all that bad. I mean, I intend to do a favor to your friend Edward.
Yeah, unless your wife's minions kill him first. More so.
I was going to say. But then again, in these parts, that which is dead may never die is a theme. Well, so we seem to be at a moment of decision. We've received a token from either side, and now it's time for you to choose your third token, which will decide your fate.
Which lets me continue doing what I already do.
That would be none of the above.
That's gonna be a problem.
Well, what is it that you need to do that is what you're already doing? I mean, sitting in a drafty coffee house in New England? I mean, we can have a drafty coffee house rigged up for you in Fae.
Yeah, well, I kind of want to protect my friends, and if they don't want to come along, I'm not going to force them to come along.
And how many promises have your friends broken to you so far?
Not that many, surprisingly.
Well, then maybe your friends are well chosen. But the thing is that mortals are given the ability to lie, and that makes them think they can get away with anything. It's strange. Whereas I, who am bound to always honor the truth, and any deal I make, can have so much more power. Well, Selina, I suppose if you want, you could make a promise to me.
This seems like a bad idea.
Well, good idea, bad idea. I mean, what's the difference really when you look at it from a very long point of view?
I think making promises seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah, unless it's done to me.
Well,
so like, what's going to happen if I just don't choose? You're bound to always tell the truth, right?
Well, then, you will have broken a promise made to Faery.
But I didn't make a promise.
But you stole our power.
Yeah.
There's no stealing our power.
It was a fair trade.
So you say.
Yeah,
Can
freedom.
you tell me a little bit
power.
more? Well, freedom for power.
Yeah.
And who made this deal with you?
I forget. I mean, I think she called herself Kate.
Well, I know a few Kates.
She was trapped in a ring, and I offered to let her go.
Oh. Well, so you think that you are capable of dealing out justice, whereas we monarchs are mistaken with how we punish our own?
I don't know about that. I just made a deal with somebody.
Well, I'm afraid the monarchs are the arbiters of all deals made by our subjects. So unless you can show me that you didn't make it with a fae, you made it with me. Or, what did she call herself?
Who, your wife or Kate?
No, your wife. My wife. What did she say to call her?
Titania?
Oh. Oberon is a stupid name.
What was it? Ozma. She said a bunch of names.
Fine. I, Oberon, and she, Titania, are the... I hate that name. Are the arbiters of this promise. So
take it up with
question.
Kate.
Well, you see, Kate's my subject, and she really didn't have the right to give this power, but she took it anyway.
Maybe you should yell at her.
Maybe. But I think you're overlooking the upside of being the fairy favorite. I mean, you'll come to Fae. You won't be mortal anymore.
Yeah, I like being mortal. For now.
So you want to get out of this bad situation you're in. Well, you know how to do that, don't you? You just make me a deal. Kate bought her freedom with her power. What will you buy yours with?
As I'm like just looking over at Astrid, I'm like, you want a pastrami sandwich, right?
You can get one.
I'll get you a pastrami sandwich.
You can get me the kind I like. You have to go to the 2nd Avenue Deli for that.
I can get you that pastrami sandwich.
Let me make you a counter offer, Astrid. I mean, not Astrid, sorry. Selina. So, I guess Titania told you that she can give you your heart's desire. Do you know what I can give?
No.
I don't give you your heart's desire. What I give you is the power to take it. Now, I've been watching you for a little bit, and I've had my people on the case. It seems to me that you're the kind of person that doesn't like to have it given to you. You'd rather take them. Is that fair cop, Selina?
Oh boy.
That would be accurate.
So, you're wearing my necklace. That's already good.
There was a
Tell me,
moment of anger.
what would you use with the power I could give you? What would you take,
I
Selina?
don't know.
Oh, you don't know. Well, then why on earth do you care about staying here then? You tell everyone to stay here and be mortal, but why? You're not doing anything. You don't even know what you want. I can show you realms that you can't even dream of. Secrets you could not imagine. I mean, and if it's lovers, I'm sure I could find a few. I mean, we've got a lot of nymphs and dryads and all sorts of things.
Now Selena's like blushing awkward, like, all right, this is weird. All right, look, Oberon or whatever, just take your deal and just shove it already. I don't care. I want to stay and help my friends and their insane dealings with.
Okay, that's fine. That's how you want to do this. Excellently.
I try to shut
Clearly,
them
the
down.
only you're trying to shut down the King of Faery.
Yeah, well, I'm not
So
good
that's
at it, but
that's definitely worth a laugh. I'm not going to say that I won't possibly make a move back at you just
Well,
for
it's-
even trying.
yeah, no. So, all right, roll. Is that a yes? Or...
Yeah, please
Oh,
go
okay.
right ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. I got a 7, so.
Well, that's excellent. You're definitely going to get a condition in return. But what would you like to bestow upon the King of Faery?
Oh man, let's see. I gotta pull up the thing. Wait, I get to choose, right? 7 or 9.
Yes. You come across poorly though. So you
Yeah,
need
I
a
get a
condition.
condition in return, no matter what. All right, let's read my choices. Shut someone down. Do they have any strings on me?
Actually, yes. I think they do.
All right.
Let me just make a note here because you took his token. So.
Yeah, all right. They're gonna lose a string on me.
Excellent. So the way I like to think of this is that maybe you pull your necklace off and just throw it at him.
Yeah, totally. Like rip and lift it over, drop it in his soup.
Oh.
Well, now that's interesting. Let's see. What should I give you in return? What sort of horrible condition?
Was definitely being foolhardy right there.
Yep. Let's see. Hunted's too easy. Well, if you like your friends so much, why don't I give you a little taste of what your friends are really like? Oh, Selina, if you hadn't been so impetuous, you would have gained the power to read mortals' hearts as well. You would have had time to learn how to appreciate that gift. But since you know everything already, then I suppose you'll just have to deal with these feelings. Cool. I want you to take one of Edward Hunger's.
Oh boy.
And while that condition applies, you have his hunger move as well.
What? Okay.
So his hunger is for thrills. Edward, do you have any other hungers currently? I know you had one for Selina, which would be
So, yeah.
interesting. But you
but
you
that one
bit her,
got
so
that one
won't
got
be-
satisfied when I bit her. My two current hungers are thrills and chaos, which I got from my conversation with whomever that was, when I last gazed into the abyss.
Helmet lady.
Yeah, I have some suspicions, but Edward certainly has no idea.
Fantastic. Cool. So yeah, Selina, choose one of them.
Yeah, I'll go with thrills.
Excellent. Meanwhile, Astrid, what you notice is while they're having this tense conversation, some of which you don't hear all of because it seems to fade in and out. So it's quite clear that the king is trying to shut you out, but he can't completely because, unicorn.
Yep.
You see the counterman, the phone rings and the counterman picks it up. And he's like listening and he goes, "Yeah, I see them. Yeah, okay. I'll make sure they don't." And
Right.
he's just looking at you.
Good. So we should probably be going. Selina?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's nothing left here for me.
No. I wonder if there is a place where we could get a taxi or something.
I thought you called for a tow or something.
I think we should go faster than that.
All right. Okay. You know me, I love going fast.
That's true. Yes.
Let's go. Well, we could probably catch a hitcher ride.
That seems dangerous.
Come on. It's the big worry.
No. Death. Dismemberment.
I'll protect you.
Okay. Yes, let's go see if we can catch a ride in a stranger's vehicle. I'm excited.
Okay. I want very much to cut over. Actually, let's just cut over because it's not that easy for you to get out of the diner. But let's just go check in with team Stole a Boat.
We let it go.
Yeah, we don't even have it anymore. I don't know how you can call that stealing.
We borrowed it. And,
I used the past. I used the past tense. I said stole.
Okay, yeah. Then
oh yeah.
Right. So you're in the woods. You hear dogs barking and flashlights are being waved, and all in all, it's pretty bad.
Do we have any sense of where we are in relation to where we were on the head that other night, and also how to get back towards town? Road.
My guess would be that you actually came to shore behind the head, kind of. So you're kind of on the narrow neck between Kingsport Bay and the mouth of the Miskatonic. So it's not a hugely long walk to get to Route 127. You just got to get through the neck of woods.
Alternatively, sorry, I'm just pulling up the map quick because I'm curious about like, alternatively, we just make for the beach and act like we're some kids hanging out on the beach. Because we're some kids hanging out on the beach. What do you think, Larry?
I think that's probably the better idea. Like we've got dogs and we've got this like, relatively compact area to like slip past them, and I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, let's do that. We're trying to keep them busy anyway, so like we are distracting them.
Yeah. I wish we had some beers. Let's book it.
That sounds like your way.
That sounds right.
Running away, yeah.
Normally I wouldn't ask you to both roll, but this time I think I need you both to roll.
It is reasonable.
What's running away? What's the
Plus
stat for that?
volatile. It's volatile.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, you're probably gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'm good at that too.
Oh wow,
Right.
yeah, you both.
I'm extraordinarily volatile.
Yeah, it's a good thing. 'Cause I rolled a whole 5, but it's a 7.
And I rolled an 11.
You're very
Wow.
volatile.
Edward's gonna get away clean, but Harry, not so much. So on a 7 through 9, you get away, but choose one. You run into something worse, you cause a big scene, or you leave something behind.
Oh man. Oh, I leave something behind.
What?
That dagger.
Ho 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 ho. I like that. Very good.
That definitely will not cause any problems at all.
It was the safest thing to forget.
Not at all. Okay, so you back to the beach, I guess, was your plan?
Yeah.
Or did you be? Yeah, I mean, you can get there. The problem is they will eventually find you there.
Right. Well, I think the plan was sort of for them to find us there.
Yeah, we're just gonna be like, we're gonna basically do what Edward did the first time they found them in the woods at the head. Like, just, oh hey, yeah, we're just two kids getting drunk at the beach in the middle of the night in December. But
Honesty demands that I say that may not work if Edward does it twice.
that is a good point. If they've seen him before.
Oh.
So yeah, maybe we should try to get past them.
On the other hand, Edward, that would definitely be
Right.
hugely thrills.
I think that is Edward's move. Like,
Okay.
it worked last time. I can face them again.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm thinking through this, so I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. You've known what to do so far. Let's do that.
Okie dokie. So yeah, you guys are just kind of walking down the beach, kind of trying to see how far you can get around the head before they catch you. And
Giving stones.
unfortunately, you discover as you're walking further down the beach, you run smack into a hurricane fence, which wasn't there a couple days ago. And it's got that familiar sign, military district, no entry by order of the Department of War.
Which side of the fence are we on?
Well, always the wrong side, but you're on. It looks like it's fencing off most of Kingsport Head. So you are to the west of it, I guess.
I guess my question is, are we inside or outside? Or like?
Oh, you're outside it.
Okay.
It's around the head to keep people from getting in.
Okay.
So not too long after that, you see the flashlights get closer, and a couple of just step out of the woods with the MP armbands on. Like, hey, you kids, please.
Hey.
What are you kids doing out here?
You know.
lighting a bonfire. You know that there's a blackout on.
We don't have a fire.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid you're trespassing in a military area, so we're gonna have to detain the two of you.
We're staying outside the fence. We didn't go on the inside. We saw the sign.
Hey, don't ask me, kid. There's some kind of maneuvers going on. Everybody's been thrown out into the woods looking for some people.
Yeah, we thought we could maybe see something from here. Might be cool. Blackout means they think the Germans are coming in. We thought maybe we could see something.
Yeah, and we could warn you people if if we saw something.
Yeah, we could fight off
We're
the
standing
Germans.
guard.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got to report some boat got stolen. It could be, Axis agents kind of thing. So we don't know.
Look,
Listen, I just kind of have to hold you here until the doc gets here, and then I'll just ask you a couple questions, and I'm sure you'll be free to go.
Yeah, like I want to enlist as soon as my birthday, but I figure I could do my little bit of my part here. Just
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure you're very patriotic, the two of you. That's why you run around the woods in the middle of the night. With patriotism.
Yeah. It's never too early to train, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's great. I mean,
yeah, how'd you end up in this job? This looks like a great job.
I got drafted. They sent me to the MPs.
What's it like?
Sorry.
You ever kill anybody?
No, I'm an MP. I ain't killed. I bounced a couple drunks.
Did you ever see any? Did you ever see any Germans coming in? Because we hear about it all the time, like it could happen, but
I heard they caught a bunch on Long Island. No such luck here, huh? I'm sure the FBI and the G-men, they got that all covered.
Oh, that's and
so
we got that covered here.
So while you're chatting, you see some more people come out of the woods. There's another MP. This one's an officer. There's a guy wearing a long trench coat. He's got a little hat and he's smoking a pipe. And he's followed by a guy who's all bundled up in an overcoat and has a muffler and he's wearing horn-rimmed glasses. He's like obviously some kind of academic type. So they come up to you guys, and Edward, you definitely recognize the guy in the trench coat's the guy you met on the head way back.
Hey, officer.
Please.
I stayed outside the fence this time. I was good.
Yes. I suppose you were good.
We don't even have. We didn't start any bonfires. We don't even have any beer.
So you don't use drunkenness as an excuse this time. What was the name you gave me?
I gave you my name.
I believe you didn't give us your real name, Mr. Merriman.
You got my name.
Yes, well, fortunately, I have had a very helpful young man who's told me more about the locals of this town. Tell me, Mr. Merriman, did you enjoy your trips to Dunwich?
To the ice cream parlor there when I was a kid? Before Friendly's open here, that was the closest place you could get good ice cream.
I'm very tempted to just have a shot because I'm extremely interested in seeing what would happen next.
I think I'm kind of like edging in front of him now.
Look. Who were you talking to? That might help me refresh my memory about which trips to Dunwich. It's not far. We go there a lot.
All right. Well, this has to be the moment when Andy steps out of the shadows. Eddie, you should better than the light of these guys. They're G-men.
Oh,
G-men plus.
Trips. Yeah, he used to go up there to get the shit kicked out of him, and I would go up there to haul him out. That was a good time.
Yeah, it was a great time, Eddie. Really good times. I think you better
sure
tell
these
them
guys
everything
can-
you know.
I'm sure these guys can kick the shit out of you if they want to. If you want them to, I mean.
You know, Eddie, you and I, we ain't so different. Not no more. It's just kind of how we came back that's important, I guess. We don't know how you came back. They're not really sure how I came back either. But,
I haven't been there yet. I'm excited, though. Get overseas. You didn't come back on a transport
you
ship?
know that. You know that ain't what I'm talking about, Eddie. Come on, Eddie. Just these guys, maybe they'll let you go, or maybe they'll. You want to see action? Maybe they'll find you a nice billet. Maybe teeth of it in Italy. Sooner or later we're gonna have to have the big one at with the Nazis. So maybe you could be in on that.
Look, they can get me. They can get me over there before my 18th birthday. There's a lot I do for them.
So the guy in the trench coat perks up, but it's like, I'm sure, Mr. Merriman, that we could work something out once we had finished testing you.
Talk to me about these tests.
It would just be a simple battery to try and attempt to figure out how you came to be who you are. And after all, if we can learn more about this, think of the lives we could save. Why, Edward, dear Edward, you could be the turning point of the entire war. Unless you would prefer that knowledge fall into the hands of the Germans.
So
I assure you, they have an interest.
So what I'm hearing from you is that you're gonna shut me up in a room and never let me get near the Germans.
Well, once we had learned everything we could, I'm sure we arranged
Look, I
to
just
send
wanna shoot me some Jerry's.
Well, that's a fine patriotic impulse. Where's the boy? Start telling me that, Edward, and we'll be very happily disposed to you. Yeah, what are you doing, Lawrence? They're kind of all focused in on him. They're not paying that attention to you. Also, you are a Sasquatch, so people don't pay attention to you.
Right. Yeah. And I've kind of been like taking advantage of that and like being, but okay, what could but I can't think of anything I can do. So at this point, like he's a sea person. He went, I don't know. He said he was going back to the ocean. We haven't seen him since.
I wouldn't have thought the change could advance so fast. Professor Meyer, he turns to the nerdy academic guy who's like, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about them. I don't know anything more than what you told me and what I've read in the books. I mean, yeah, I guess it happened that fast. I mean, I don't know. We're not prepared for this kind of knowledge, Doctor. And so they're starting to get into an argument that looks like they've had many times before. What do you guys do?
So I think I need to keep my cool at some point because there are all kinds of thrilling things I could be doing, including grabbing the nearest gun, and certainly all kinds of chaos sowing things I could be doing. And in order to avoid that, I think I need to keep my cool.
Well, tell me what you want to do first, and then let's figure.
So tell me about that first. Oh no, you know what I want to do. The whole time these people have been talking to me, my eye has been on Andrew. and I just want to punch him in the face. That's all I want to do. I want to get into an all-out brawl with him.
Fantastic.
That's what I want to do.
Why don't you lash out with physical?
Well, sorry. So I think the idea, but I think I'm trying not to because I don't want to get us all shot. So I think this is the keep your cool to avoid because I'm resisting my hunger. Unless you think I'm wrong about that. Does that?
I mean, if you want to do it, we'll just go straight to physical. I don't think you need to keep cool to go ape on Andrew at this point.
Right.
But if trying not to do that, then you'll need to keep your cool.
You know what?
I'm pretty sure your hunger is.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna punch him. I think I'm just gonna do it. Screw it. Let's just do it. That's more interesting. All right. So that is 7 plus 2 is 9 plus 1 for following my hunger bumps it up to 10.
Okay. So you're trying to you just scream and jump on him?
Yeah, I think this is very much. Andrew knows what this is. This is like a bar fight move that he has probably seen me do a bunch of times, which is just sort of like when there's a crowd of people, I'm going to get myself low to avoid the other people around him and just go straight for his legs, try to take him out, and then start wailing on him.
Perfect. Okay. Yes, you pounce on him and you punch him, and we punch him in the face, or?
Yeah, I want him on the ground and punching him in the face. That's what I want to be doing.
So when you overbear him, and he hits the ground, you hear ribs snap, like he's way more agile than he used to be. And then you smack him pretty hard. He's not bleeding a lot. But
how's that feel? You like
hit him hard. You paced him.
You enjoying that?
It's like, yeah. You bring it on, man. Bring it on. Finish the job, Eddie. Lawrence, what are you gonna do? Everybody starts to freak out right about now.
Yeah. Okay. So when they freak out, what are they doing when they freak out?
So the two professors or the two academics turn to kind of look. They don't know what's going on or what to do. Cool. One of the soldiers is moving like he's going to try and drag Eddie off, and the other one is kind of looking at the two other guys to see what to do. Yeah, let's just have there be two. The guy that you were talking to and the officer. So I guess the officer's probably going for his pistol. Okay,
yeah, I am going to grab the officers. Like I've got these big long monkey arms, right? So yeah, I'm gonna grab the officer. Keep him from shooting.
Fantastic. Why don't you roll plus volatile and we'll see what happens.
Eight.
Couldn't hear you, Kat.
Yeah, I keep muted. Yeah, do you which one do you take? Do they learn something about your nature and gain strength? Do I get to decide how the harm turns out, or do you become your darkest self?
I could see becoming my darkest self, except that that's kind of what Eddie's already doing. Or I would basically do what he's already doing, is beat the shit out of this guy. And he's kind of got that handled. So do I want them to learn something about my true nature and get a string on me? Oh, I mean that makes sense. He would learn something about my true nature, and yeah.
Fantastic. Cool. All right. So You're a Sasquatch. You're attacking this guy. You deal him one harm, which is pretty nasty, and you basically clothesline the guy and probably nearly break his wrist, getting the gun out of his hand. Yeah. Okay. So here's the deal. With all this going on, Lawrence, you have a free path to run to the woods. But you can only see that the one soldier is starting to drag Eddie off of Andrew.
Yeah. No, I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna like, as soon as I've got this guy's gun, I'm gonna step back and yeah, I think I'm gonna just point the gun at the officer and yell like, let's let him go, let's go, Eddie, get off, come on.
Do you mean the soldier who's dragging Eddie off of Andrew?
Yeah, I'm kind of just yelling at everybody like, hey, look right now,
Cool. Well, I got a string on you, so I'm going to spend that right now. So as you're waving it at the soldier who's trying to drag Eddie off, there's suddenly a very loud bang, and you feel something slam into your back. When you kind of turn around a little, you just see that the guy in the trench coat's holding an automatic pistol out, which is smoking because he just shot you in the back.
Excellent. Yeah.
Why don't you take 2 harm from that? Cool. And what's everyone up to?
I mean, I guess are we still on the beach, or are we cutting back to the diner?
I think yeah, actually that makes sense. Why don't you guys think about what you're going to do, little predicament, and let's head back to the diner. Okay, so Astrid, you and Selina kind of stand up. Fairy King's gone. He just vanished. Which the guy behind the counter doesn't notice. It's not important to him. What do you do? The counterman is looking straight at you.
I don't have any reason to think that he's going to try and stop us. So, like, I grab Selina's hand and go for the door.
It's like, ladies, you don't want to go out cold weather. I mean, why don't you stay inside? I'll comp you a cup of coffee or, whatever you want.
Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate it. But we really have to be going. Our parents will be worried.
It's like, I can call them for you.
Well, she just called earlier, so.
Well, then you should probably stay here till they come.
No,
he's definitely talking weird now.
Oh, they're not coming to pick us up. We called to let them know that we would be a little late, but not terribly late. So we need to.
He reaches under the counter, comes up with a baseball bat. It's like,
oh, I'll rush right at him. I'm gonna just
dive
over the thing and tackle him.
Great.
Do you feel like you're endlessly pursuing a hunger?
I do. I also feel
please
like
roll.
I'm also well, no, wait, that doesn't count, right?
Actually, yeah, it does, doesn't it? If you're protecting Astrid, you take +1 forward as well. Although they're both +1 forward, then they don't stack. That's right.
Okay. Curses.
If it says let me just check what it says.
I have no clue.
6 move.
I think like the most roll is that a
or it
+4
doesn't stack.
anyway, so.
Yeah. Forward doesn't stack, so.
All right.
Uh,
Right. All right. So where's my dice? All right. 6 plus 3 is a 9.
fantastic.
Do you
Well,
believe-
which
do
one
you
of
believe in me?
the options do you want?
I mean, I do believe in you. So let's take care of that.
Okay.
See what I can do here. Roll for my party. Gonna re-roll some. Ooh, I roll a 4. I roll a 5.
Ooh.
That doesn't help.
Dun.
That does not help, does it?
Nope, does get me experience.
Yes. Cool. Okay.
Right.
So you slam into the guy behind the counter. You like just spring over the counter and slam into him. You hit him really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, you need to tell me which one of the choices you take. Then it's still
All
a
right
9.
then. So 9. Yeah. Why not? They learn something about my true nature and gain a string on me.
Yeah. The question is gaining a string on you. Cool. Yeah, you slam him back pretty hard, so hard that like glasses fly out of the case and shatter on the floor, which may be why Astrid didn't notice the coming up behind her. He's one of the cooks. He's got a weird feral look in his eye, and he tries to take your head off with a cleaver.
Oh God.
Oh. Okay. My head?
Yeah, your head.
Great.
What do you
Cool.
do?
So I guess is
Let's see. What am I going to do? I guess I'm gonna roll. Should I roll? Do I roll to keep my cool? I guess if I'm trying to avoid getting hit.
That seems like the most appropriate thing here.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Oops, I accidentally closed the dice roller. So I'm not that smart. Yeah, so I am going to like basically hear him at the last minute and try and duck. I roll plus cold. I might be fucked.
you're good at cold, right?
I am, but if I roll a 4, that's a 6.
Did you roll a 4?
I did just now. I rolled 2 4s in a row.
Oof. That's fantastic.
Not what you want. It's not
cool.
what you want at all.
The easiest is to follow through. You take 2 harm. So he doesn't take your head off. He just slams the cleaver into your shoulder.
That puts me at 4
hurts
harm.
like hell.
Oh no.
That puts me at 4 harm.
How did we never heal?
Well, so you have 2 choices here.
Yep.
You can become your darkest self, or you give up all your strings.
Oh, I think her darkest self.
That seems appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah. So she basically goes down. Oh yeah, it's real bad. Her darkest self is basically my darkest self, so this is gonna suck. So she I basically go down in a shower of blood. I don't have much else to say right now.
Okay.
I'll have stuff to say back up.
Fantastic. So okay. You hear the scream from behind you, Selina.
Oh.
The Astrid goes down, bleeding heavily from a horrible wound to her arm.
That's not good. No, I'm not. Yeah, I like again. Like I just like after knocking this other guy back, I guess I grab the baseball bat and like leap over and swing it at this dude with this cleaver and like scream with bloody rage.
Why don't you lash out then?
I will. Do I still get the +1 forward?
You get the +1 for this one because you're protecting her.
Yeah. Okay. Oof. Yeah. Well, it's a 7.
Okay, cool. What do you want?
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Let's see. I think, I guess it makes sense for me to become my darkest self right now.
Fantastic. Okie dokie.
Like, nobody touch it. I guess actually, the other one could work too, but nah.
All right, so you
darkest self.
you smack him hard upside the head. Blood is spraying everywhere. The counterman's getting back up now. Astrid's still in a pool of blood. And I think at this point you see someone standing, kind of just leaning against a booth, wearing a very elegant Kath Hepburn style pants. She's wearing white trousers and a white jacket, and she has a little green tie. She looks very androgynous and still gorgeous, and she just looks at you. Well, Selina, my darling, you have a heart's desire yet? Would you like maybe a lift back to town?
I'm sorry, because I'm seeing red as I'm still hitting the dude with the. It's like, you're damn right you're giving us a ride, because everything I hear is a promise. So she just promised to take us back to the town. So.
Oh, good. I'm so glad we were able to do this service. FB, work off your dick. So the stupid little blue teddy bear comes out of nowhere, taps himself around the head of the counterman, and you hear a horrible snapping sound, and the counterman drops down to the ground, stone dead.
It's fine.
Yeesh.
Meanwhile, you've been pounding this guy so hard.
Cleaver dude.
Yeah, he's down and out. You won that promise, or paid that one back. So fantastic. Cool. So you step outside, and there's
the mechanical move question for Astrid. Now it says your unicorn hunters move is if someone is, or if you say they are. Now, does that mean Cat can determine if people are unicorn hunters?
Oh. I mean, I think I've already established that people are unicorn hunters. I didn't mention that the guy seemed like one before he took me down, so I don't know if that's up to Kat if you want to say that was Selina running the unicorn hunter off.
Yeah. Let me think a second. Yeah, experience.
Cool.
Between giving the Fairy Queen a promise and this mark experience. Astrid, you have healed all your harm.
All right.
So by going into your darkest self. So that's fantastic. I assume you're abjectly apologizing too.
Oh, yeah.
Are you still like passed out? Because I totally do
Never-
like the whole carry thing.
Never passed out. She just
Okay.
fell to the ground and is like bleeding copiously. I think that when you pick her up, wherever you touch the blood, like your finger, like you feel like invigorated and electrified from just touching Astrid's blood. And as you're carrying her out, she's just like, she's weeping hysterically on your shoulder and saying, I'm so sorry, I ruined everything. I brought you out here. I made you save him, and this should have never happened, and everything's terrible and destroyed, and I destroyed everything, and now I'm going to die.
This is fine. Everything will be fine. I'll fix this.
No, I deserve to die, and everything's awful, and I care so much about all of you, and this is just, it's just so much.
Yeah, and then like, yeah, it's when like she like just like holds you close and like looks you in the eyes, things like, you are all that is right in this world.
Really?
Yeah, and I think that's when she like does the whole kiss thing again.
Okay.
It's like, now who do you want me to hurt? Who did this to, like, who? Because we will bring vengeance.
I don't know who that man was. I know Andrew was interested. Maybe he's one of his.
Well, I got a baseball bat with Andrew's name on it.
Does it really have his name on it?
And so like, yeah, I'll pull out. Yeah, it will.
You're very funny.
Yeah.
This
we've
is
got
so
a ride.
touching, but yes. Let's go your chariot awaits. It's not a chariot. It is in fact a white Rolls Royce.
Of course.
Well, I say if you're going to be stuck on this mortal mud hole, you might as well do it in style. Come, girls. We have so much to do before the evening's done. Cool. Wow, we cut back to... Yeah, I like cutting from Selina smacking the bat in her hand to Eddie pounding on Al.
So, this MP is trying to pull me off while I'm beating down on Andrew, and meanwhile, Lawrence has just been shot. By whom?
By the trenchcoat guy.
By the trenchcoat guy. So I'm just like shouting, "You son of a bitch!" And I'm like really focused in, and like as I get pulled off, the ringing in my ears sort of like registers to me that something happened, and I turn my head, and I guess I see. What do I see?
Well, you know, I would say most people, if they get shot, they probably drop, but Lawrence is a Sasquatch, so I don't know if Lawrence, did you drop or?
I think so. If only like to make a smaller target. But like I still have his other gun. And see, I've been shot in the back by this guy. I don't know. Not a lot I can do here.
So maybe while he's pulling me off, that means he's got both of his hands on me, and they're not on. Well, does Andrew have a gun?
That's a good question.
If he does, you haven't seen it.
All right. I mean, so like while I was on top of him, I didn't feel it anywhere. Like if he's wearing it, it's somewhere very concealed.
I think you're probably a little too violent right now to know that for sure.
That's fair. I think like, so I think what I'm going to try to do is like as this guy's grabbing me and pulling me back with one like last kick at Eddie, I'm gonna try to kind of like reverse it. I don't know, like turn myself around so that I'm facing the MP and grab his gun. I don't know. That's probably is that a volatile roll? What's that?
You're grabbing his gun. Yeah, I think we can call the shove physically.
There's like a shove there. There's like a wrestling move in there somewhere. I don't know how I know how to do it, but well, that is not great. That is a 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure I'm pursuing my hunger at this point. Like, this seems like it's less about... Well, no, I guess...
It is like, pretty chaotic.
Right, it's chaotic, and actually this is, like, meaning the not thrill-seeking thing to do is just to sort of, like, try to relax and calm down the situation. I'm escalating. So then that is a 7.
What do you want?
What do I want? Oh, so many choices. So many fine, fine choices. Do I want to let this dude get a string on me? I want the MC. You know what? I'm going to let the MC decide how bad the harm turns out. That's what I'm going to do, Kat.
Okie dokie.
It'll be fine.
Cool. So you yank the gun real hard. The MP, because I think your strength got away with you. Probably something got wrenched, and the gun goes off, and it shoots Andrew.
Oh.
Yeah, no, probably not a big deal. Right in the chest.
I'm sure it will be terrible, but also amazing. And certainly, Eddie's not unhappy about it at the moment.
So the MP actually lets go of the rifle as soon as that happens. Like, oh my god! Lawrence, what are we gonna do?
Okay, so what are the other guys doing here? Like the MP.
The MP is kind of stepping back. He's shocked, and his arm is in bad shape because it got almost wrenched out of its socket. And he's freaking out because he thinks he just killed a guy. Trenchcoat still has on you. I think if you're trying to look at with even that kind of calmness, you see that the professor guy is looking like he's either going to try and grab Trenchcoat guy or just run because the situation's freaking him out.
He's going to grab Trenchcoat guy or just run. I mean, I'm going to totally let him do either of those things. So let's see. Okay. Andrew's been shot. So Edward has the rifle now, right?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. So if the other guy is going to like get Trenchcoat guy's aim off of me, I think I'm gonna like just go and try to grab Edward and be like, let's go, run, and run into the woods.
Sounds like you're gonna.
So am I running away? Right here. Okay.
Yep, I'd say that's running away. Don't you give me a volatile roll? You're good at those.
Yep. I keep rolling 6s, but luckily I have a +2, so.
Cool. Which one do you
want? My options. Let's see. I've already left something behind. There's already a big scene. What worse could we run into? God.
That's on me. I have so many ideas.
yeah, you know what? The way this is going, let's just keep escalating this, and I run into something worse. And I don't know
Okay,
if
cool.
Edward came with me or not. Like that's up to Jesse.
Yeah,
So,
I think I'm totally with you.
good then, because if something had been left behind, I probably would have been pushing hard for it to have been.
Yeah.
Actually, so we're gonna like play around. We're doing this TV show time. Nobody knows exactly which events are happening at the same time. So the way you guys get away is you go running through the woods and you hit the road after, pretty quickly because Lawrence can bolt when he wants to, and Edward, doesn't have lactic acid. I guess can just run for long periods of time. So you come running onto the road, which wouldn't have saved you, except fortunately, right at that moment, a guy in a pickup truck with a bunch of Christmas trees comes by, nearly hits you, and he gives you guys a lift into town. So it drops you off kind of short of the town center. As you're walking along, you come across a car that's had the door wrenched off, a lot of blood from the inside, and then there's tracks leading directly into the center of town in the new fallen snow. Tracks that don't look quite human, but on the other hand, they look like they might once have been human.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. So, 8:46. Why don't we take our break here? And when we come back, we'll see how much worse we can make this. So see you all in about 5 minutes or so. So, everything is fine.
Oh, great.
I just want to emphasize that everything is fine.
Just like the Bullet Club.
Yeah. Great. Cool. Yeah, so Rolls Royce goes real fast, huh?
Yeah,
But it does seem like someone's bandaging up some wounds, possibly with erotic subtext.
I don't know.
I do love erotic
Astrid.
subtext.
Well, that requires a second person for that erotic subtext. So
Well, I mean, you've got Astrid, though. Of course, Astrid's of a weeping mess right now. But I mean, it would be a way to apologize.
I think. How comfortable are you with me writing some stuff about healing properties and unicorn blood into our game?
I would say that the point of Kingsport is to generate lots and lots of shared lore.
So, in the backseat of the white Rolls Royce, I'm like, on the white leather, the white Rolls Royce. Astrid is weeping and apologizing and hasn't stopped weeping and apologizing and is tending to all of your scrapes and bruises. And you have stripped off your shirt, and we're all dealing with how much that's a thing. And she says,
turn and roll to turn on.
Yeah, right?
Always. I always want to do that.
Always.
I'm
Feel free
unashamed.
to roll to turn on. Feel free to do that thing.
Take a string on me, because I'm adding +3 to this roll.
Great. I will just take that. Thanks.
No shame.
Just none.
Oof. 5 + 4 is a 9, so
Not bad. Okay, so I will write it into the things. So she is, cleaning you up, and she says, "This may seem unsanitary, but trust me." And she there's still blood coming out of her shoulder where she's been hurt, and she's putting it on your cuts, and they instantly feel better. And she's like, "I'm just trying to make sure that you don't scar or anything. Sorry." And just putting it on you. And then as she's doing it, she's like, trying not to look below your neck because you're not wearing a top anymore. And kind of gets overwhelmed and is like crying and bleeding, and then just like kisses you in the back seat. And continues apologizing and talking about how wonderful you are. So that's how that all goes.
Yep.
Seems totally normal.
Yep, totally. It's like yeah, and it's like, yeah, once you kiss her, then she totally kisses you back, and she's like, no, you're wonderful and perfect, and I don't know.
No, but you were so brave and you fought off all those people, and I just sort of stood there, and then I almost died, and then you had to save me, and then you had to carry me, and I just keep messing everything up.
No, I'll carry you anywhere.
Just to point out, this is one of those cars that has the two back seats facing each other, so Boone is just sitting in the corner smoking.
Don't even care about her.
In a holder. Yeah, I know you guys care. She probably doesn't want you to care. I'm gonna just trigger it. I think it applies, even though it's a little fuzzy. But I think you can definitely ask Astrid for a promise, and if she says she refuses, she'll take 2 strings.
All right then. Let's see. Promise is so hard to think of. Yeah, promise you'll never hurt me. Nice open-ended promise.
Gosh. Yeah, I think Astrid intends to keep that promise, so sure. Astrid, I get an advancement. Not sure what I'm going to spend it on. Astrid holds your face in both of her hands and like looks deep into your eyes and is like, I promise I will never hurt you. Yeah.
So many promises Astrid has made.
And she's kept all of them.
This is fine. Everything is fine.
Great.
Three of them have yet to resolve. So
True.
You haven't lent me that mink hat yet.
Fair.
When you have a moment, the queen reaches into her and goes, "Oh, Selina, here," and she tosses
like we sort of like blink and come out of our like love-struck stupor.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She tosses you a necklace. At first, you think that they're pearls, but when you grab it, you realize it's made out of teeth that have been ground down to look kind of like pearls. It's like, so I fixed your little friend, Vicky. You said you wanted to fix your teeth, so I did. I made them all the same. But don't worry, darling. I left her a perfectly serviceable set of dentures that are, just a little magic and just a little cursed. It's kind of a thing. I thought you'd appreciate it. I mean, it does seem exactly the sort of thing you really wanted me to do. It's what you're telling me to do.
Honestly, yeah, darkest self. I wear that necklace.
Wow.
Oh, thank you, darling. All you need is to take one more little token of me, and this will all be resolved. Astrid, do you look like you need to keep cool here?
What's the worst that could happen?
I think so. I think probably.
What are you afraid of?
I am afraid of how cavalier Selina is being. Like, I'm afraid that I am going to I'm afraid of her a little. I'm afraid that I'm going to show her how scared I am, maybe. Oh my god.
Or that you deeply regret making that promise.
Yeah, that might be real. Luckily for me, I roll an 11.
Ask me a question. I mean, I've been dropping some hints about what's going on with the Fae Court and Selina.
Yeah. I want to know if there is a way for Astrid to save her.
Well, now that you mention it, do you know what day of the year it is?
I'm just going to take a guess and say
It-
solstice.
It's midwinter. So, if Selina doesn't decide by midnight, then she will be free of having to choose to be who's favorite. Of course, at that point, they may decide to wreak a terrible revenge on her, and they may well try to do that together. If they try and do that together, there is pretty much there's no force on mortal Earth that would stand between them. Just a little thing. Something your people know.
Right. But is there a way that she cannot get killed by them?
Yes, if she can survive that, they can't stay in the mortal realm too long once the reason they have to be here is gone. Unless somebody invites them. But nobody would do that. That would require you to be seeking some crazy thrills.
Oh, great. Cool.
That's fun.
Well, I know that now.
Yeah, that's fine. So speaking of crazy thrills, why don't we cut back to Eddie and
Just
Larry's?
like during this whole moment, like Selina is like perfectly calm and still, and just holding Astrid's hand as she looks to the queen. So,
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Great.
So, speaking of which, Eddie and Larry go to to Kingsport. So yeah, that's what you see: blood tracks, carved.
Okay. Carved apart, bloody tracks going into town. Great. So do the tracks look like anything like I'm trying to think like I don't know, would is this like we would just immediately like recognize or have something to draw conclusions from these tracks, or is it just like, oh hey, weird bloody tracks going into town? I mean, either way we should follow them, so I guess it doesn't matter. But
Well, there's a surefire way to get knowledge about the world.
Yeah,
If you cared to gaze into it,
yes,
the abyss.
Absolutely.
Okie dokie. Give me a roll plus dark.
I'm thinking dark is not one of my goods. Oh, okay. It's fine. Eight.
Fantastic. Terrifying visions. Perfect. Okie dokie.
Can't imagine what could possibly inspire terrifying visions right now.
Right?
So the vision you get is of Noah, or some half fish, half man version of Noah, just standing knee deep in the waves, his claws dripping blood, and sort of like as much there's that pullback, and you just see that there's bodies littering the beach. This is a thing that now, in the spirit of the season, these are shadowed things yet to come. So they may possibly be averted, but that's what's going to happen.
These bodies, are they like the MPs or just random people? Or okay. See, I kind of would be okay with the MPs. All right.
because he's headed to the center of town on the first night of Kingsport's Midwinter Festival.
Sure.
Trees up, everybody's dancing, they're ice skating on the common. It's great. Everybody loves that. They're having caramel corn and
Awesome.
and ginger snaps, and there's a hot chocolate stand run by your homeroom teacher. It's great.
Meanwhile,
Hey, Eddie, you wanted thrills?
are you all right, Lawrence?
I think I like. Oh shit. That's Noah. That's got. Don't ask. I don't know how I know. I just know that's Noah. He killed somebody. He's gonna kill more people. We gotta stop him. And I like pull up my gun. I'm like, you still have that gun, right? Yeah. Okay.
Do I still have that gun? Sure, I still have that gun. I got it to rifle, right? Sweet. Yeah. Wait. Are you saying we're gonna shoot Noah?
If we have to.
But like what?
I'd rather not. He seemed like a decent guy, but
We went through a lot of trouble so that he wouldn't get hurt.
right. As well, let's try to get him away first.
All right, I guess we're following these tracks then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is him.
And I smile as I think about the Faery King's promise. As we're hunting the beast. Let's do it, Lawrence.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna
Walk
follow
up
the
and down,
tracks.
following the bloody tracks.
Fantastic. So as of course you get closer to town, though, with all the cars that have been driving and all the foot traffic, that they're much harder to detect. So when you arrive at the common, you don't see any fishman massacring civilians.
That's good.
So, I mean, that's a win so far, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all fine.
Mostly it's we would at this point the show would try and license the Vince Guaraldi soundtrack, and just people are skating and having a good time. Even poor Vicky, who is kind of smiling with so odd teeth, but you don't have time to process that.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Would the people from the Church of Dagon have like a booth set up? Are they part of this, or do they shun it as pagan Gentile foolishness?
So you wouldn't have like have you heard the good news of Dagon booth?
Right.
I think they've discovered over the size that they can't keep their kids from coming to this thing. So there, I mean, the churchgoers are all there.
But like
even
a chaperone.
Reverend Wilkins is there wearing a big fur coat, looking grim.
Right.
But that's how he always looks.
I was picturing like a bake sale more than I was like very. Anyways,
Oh well, yeah. I mean, of course they've got it's got a little salt cake stand, of course.
Yeah, of course. So can I Wilkins? He probably recognizes me by my sidling, and I say to him, "Have you seen Marsh?"
Who are you asking?
Reverend Wilkins. Reverend Wilkins.
God.
Yeah.
You have the rifle, you said?
Yeah.
You somehow managed to keep that when you hitchhiked a ride. I mean, it's believable, but...
Yeah, it's sort of like I'm trying to pretend like it's not a thing.
All right, let's see. He's like...
Home guard, whatever.
Wherefore have you a musket? Wherefore have a musket, lad?
I'm home guard. It's the blackout was on, and I thought it was better just in case something happened. Anyways,
This be not a turkey shoot. That custom went out in the 1800s.
Yeah, it's. Don't worry about the Marsh. Have you seen Marsh?
The exile? No. Is he not at Dunwich as I bet you do?
It seems like he made it. He found his way back. I don't know. But Larry said he saw
'Tis a confusing
something.
affair.
You haven't seen him.
The police. No, I have not as of yet. And the police are busy. It seems that someone stole a boat there.
Well, sometimes a boat goes missing. This is Kingsport. You never know what kind of hijinks those kids will get up to. Us kids will get up to. Not me, but other people my age.
I regret mightily ever having crossed paths with any of thee. I shall tell my people to be aware, but dost thou think the change is upon him?
You'd have to, I don't know, but it seems like something is going on. The footprints were bloody.
That is poor news to receive. I shall summon the congregation, but we will do nothing that will reveal our presence.
I just wanted to know if maybe he came to you. Oh, we can find him. Don't worry. You just sell your cakes.
Salt cakes are delicious in a Kingsport holiday tradition.
I could never stand them, but I noticed that there's probably more than your normal ration of salt in these. So I'm sure I know where that came from.
Yes. Cool. Larry, what are you doing?
Yeah, so while Edward's talking to Reverend Wilkins, I think this is when I sort of like fade into the background and I'm walking around this area looking for tracks and looking for Noah or any sign of him. So I'd really rather get to him before we have to like shoot him.
Okay. So it occurs to you that given that you don't see him dancing in the middle of the skating rink, that he's probably lurking somewhere. And you know from lurking, it's like a family tradition. So you're like walking around the edge of town, like looking into alleys. And at one you see a dead dog that's recently been killed. As you stare down the alley, you think you see something moving by the trash cans at one end.
Yeah, so I like kind of just I have the gun in my hand. I just yell, Noah. Noah, is that you? Listen to me, Noah.
Okay. A trash can flying out of the air straight at your head. What do you do?
Duck.
Cool. Please roll to keep your cool.
Is a 9. What is my cool? I'm pretty sure it's very low, but still an 8.
Cool. Your choice. You either let this thing hit you, but you'll be able to get in front of whatever's tearing off down the alley, kind of trying to get out, or you duck and it whiffs you, but whoever it is running will keep going.
No, I'll let it hit him or hit me.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Well, that's interesting because that's going to put you at 4 harm.
I know.
No.
What are you going to do about that?
God. Do I want to do darkest? My problem with my darkest self is that it just like Edward already does that. So I think I'm going to lose all of my strings, of which I have a million. But
oh no. All right, cool. Yeah, so it smacks you hard in the head. You're bleeding, there's blood, but you see something tearing off, and you just tackle it hard. And it's as strong as you, and then it's stronger, and you look up, you see Noah.
Yeah.
His teeth are fangs, his eyes are big and black. He is obviously in an enormous amount of pain.
Yeah. Actually, is he in pain? Like, is there a like, is he hurt, or is he just generally in pain because he's like metamorphosing?
I would describe it as racked with agony. Yeah, he's
Okay.
not visibly hurt. I mean, he's covered in blood, but he's not
Right,
visibly hurt.
right. Yeah, that's true. I probably wouldn't be able to see where he was hurt anyway. Yeah, this is very familiar. But worse. I think I just like hold on to him and yeah, like take any, beating that he wants to deliver.
Interesting. Cool. That may trigger a long fuse. It will for sure trigger a musk.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have nearly enough conditions.
I know.
So Noah's struggling with you. He's like, "You foul-smelling skunk ape!" Cool. All right. So, meanwhile, the Rolls Royce pulls up and common where magically there's suddenly a parking spot, and you all three get out. The Queen leaves her driver to watch the car. He's probably not human. So that's okay. So yeah, she's just standing there, saying like, "Well, are you two lovebirds going to come and have a wonderful time? Can I get you anything?"
I'm still sniffling and like a little shaky, and I say, "We do not need any assistance, thank
We
you.
need a change of clothes.
Don't ask her for things."
Well, now, Selina, my darling, what do you mean a change of clothes? Would you like something stunning,
Selina,
ethereal,
Selina,
astral?
Selina,
What?
don't ask her for anything else. If you can make it to midnight tonight, you won't have to choose.
How about the dress Marie Antoinette wore the night before the revolution? It's stunning. I've seen it. It's in the Louvre, but that's not a problem. We'll get it for you.
I'm gonna roll plus cold to shut down the queen.
How are you doing that?
I roll a 12.
Cool, but I still want to know how you shut her down.
She turns around, stands at her full height, covered in blood, and looks at the queen and says, "If you will excuse me, I would like a moment to speak with my friend."
Ooh, the royal hauteur of an enraged unicorn.
Yep.
Fantastic. So you won't take a condition, but what are you going to do to her?
Take string.
No, I think I am going to say, what's the word? Out of her jurisdiction, something like that. Like
Powerless.
Powerless.
Yeah, powerless.
Powerless is good. Yeah.
Yeah, but powerless isn't happening.
No. But hyperextended.
Okay.
Intimidated.
Warded from the unicorn.
Warded. Yeah. There you go. And I sort of pull Selina a few steps away from the car. And I say, "I know I've messed up everything, and I know that everything is crazy, and I know that this is all my fault, but I need you to listen to me. If you don't choose before midnight, they can't make you choose. They may try to kill you, but they can't make you choose."
For fuck's sake, Astrid.
You don't have to be beholden to these beings.
or my choice is possible death.
We can find a way to protect you. They can only stay here for so long.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you have in mind?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think that if anything, they'll probably try to turn the wild hunt on you, and if we can keep you on sacred ground, that might keep them away.
Okay, but so what do we do till then?
Well, whatever we want. We just don't let her make you make more promises. Don't ask her for anything. Don't ask either of them for anything.
All right. Okay. Yeah. No problem.
I'm sorry. I know this is my fault.
Mm. No, it's their fault.
They are problematic.
Yeah, that's a polite way of putting it.
I'm always polite.
Mm. You could stand to loosen up just this once, I think.
They're knaves. I said it. Now let's go find our friends.
Yeah, we still need to clean you up, or at least find get a change of clothes. We are covered in blood still.
We are.
It's a bit noticeable.
I'm sure that we can get a jacket from someone. I don't need to look prim and proper. I just need to not look like I just left a war zone.
Cool. So as you turn around, the queen is like, so what will it be, Selina? What can I get you into?
I'm good. Thanks.
Oh, well, the night's young.
Mm-hmm.
So you start to walk by, and she just reaches out a hand and stops Astrid very gently. Don't trade too much on your position. Unicorns have been hunted, you know.
She looks at the queen and says, I would rather be hunted than be cowed.
That's what they all say. And I think you just hear
It's like another
somewhere on the
shutdown.
wind. You hear the howling of a hound.
Come on, Selina.
Cool. Okay, so yeah. So Larry is wrestling Noah. Edward, what do you do? I mean, you probably notice around this point that Lawrence is not there.
So I think that after the good Reverend says his goodbyes, it's been a little while. I mean, since I fed, there was the car ride, there was there was some excitement in the chase, but it's starting to wear off. And this is not a chaotic scene so far. This is very idyllic, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's very nice. Everybody's having fun. They're all being cute and and canoodling in 1940s ways.
So, I think I'm sort of going into that, I need that hunger reverie. That's I'm looking for thrills, but also kind of losing energy, and I stare into the abyss. I will gaze into the abyss. In that moment, I sort of collapse back into myself.
You know what they say? Sometimes the abyss gazes back.
I'm hoping.
What are you trying to find out?
Honestly, like I think I'm looking for a fight. I'm looking for a thrill, but I think that like the way I'm thinking to do that is I got to find Noah. Right, Noah right now is where the action is at. I'm sure of it.
Fantastic. Why don't you give me that plus dark roll?
Yeah. Selected. That is a 7. Dark. My dark is I think a -1. Double check. Yep. So that's a 6, and then it goes back up to 1 because I am pursuing a hunger. So that's a 7.
Fantastic. This is what you see. And the mystical energy here is that it just focus. At first, you think that all it did was focus you to see what's going on. Really, like everything slows down along with the beating of your heart, and you see Andy. Looking pale and terrible, and his shirt is covered with not as much blood as you would expect for someone who got shot in the heart. To just sort of walking along, holding that dagger, and he stops in front of an alleyway, and you can see him just smile, and the thought that forms in your head is clearly, I got both of them.
Do I recognize that alleyway? Probably not.
No, I mean, you're actually seeing it. You can see, you're just like staring at where he is.
I just run at him.
Fantastic. Cool. All right. You get up to him pretty quick, and he turns real fast, and he's like, "Whoa, hey, Eddie, what are you doing? Don't you think, I think you got your sides all sorted out wrong here,
I think that I don't understand how your jaw's still attached to your face, talking to me like that. And that is my weak-ass attempt to shut him down. You can tell me whether that rates a roll or not. It's feeble.
Oh, I think it merits a roll. Why don't you give it a shot? I mean, your cold is fantastic, right?
My cold is fantastic. Unfortunately, my PC brain is not always... there we go. That is a 10 without the bonus, 11.
Great. Which one do you want?
What do I want? I want a strength.
So yeah, he's like, whoa. As for how my jaw is still attached, I mean, you got probably a pretty good idea. I mean, well, I like you and me on account we're dead. For the rest, I mean, come on. Hey, we've been through a lot together, We're all wrapped up in this now.
So we've been through a lot together. Then how about you just walk away from here? We all been through enough. This shit is enough. Let's deal with
Eddie.
Just turn around and walk away.
Think about it, man. I mean, we both came back. Doesn't that make you wonder about, everything? I mean, our place, what we're doing. I mean, I don't like the things they ask me to do, but I mean, there's a war on, right? I mean, when they torpedoed me and, And I drowned, and I drowned watching all my buddies, catching fire in the oil. I mean, that ain't right. So I never stopped wanting to serve my country. And there shouldn't be people like us running around off the leash, right? I mean, this Noah guy, he's not a good guy, Eddie. I mean, he's going to do a lot of damage.
I
His
laugh at
people
that.
always do.
First, I'll laugh because you know what a good guy looks like, Andrew.
Yeah, I
that.
do.
You got that.
You look you, man.
I laugh at him and I hit him in the jaw with the butt of the rifle to try to. How can I use how do you use a string against MC characters?
There's a bunch of different ways.
Can I just use it to get the +1 in the end, or?
Yes, you can use it to get a +1 in your roll against them. You can use it to give them a condition. You can also use it to them to do what you want.
Look, Andrew, here's what I want. Here's what I'm hoping you'll do for me. Since you think I'm such a good guy, go back to your friend in the lab coat, in the trench coat, and tell him you sorted things out here. You got shit under wraps. You know the town. This is your town, and it's all taken care of. Can you do that for me? Because I'm such a good guy.
I got two concerns with that, Eddie. Concern number one is I don't know that it's okay. I'm assuming you're telling me this because you're gonna take care of this whole mess, right? Concern number two is I can't go back to these guys empty-handed. But I tell you what I can do. You can come back with me, Eddie. Come on, it'll be like times. You know there's a bunch of Nazi wizards out there that we can be punching in the face.
There's nothing I would like to do more than beat the shit out of a bunch of Nazi wizards. But that motherfucker said he was going to put me in a lab, and there was no. I'm not going to get. I have a better chance if I go to the enlistment station down in Boston, sign up like a regular guy, go into the army, and then I go with that guy.
You gonna pass the physical?
I'll figure it out. Healthy as a horse.
Man.
Look,
I've seen that horse. That horse don't look so good.
But here's what. Look. Tell you what. I can give you a different lead, a better lead.
What's that? What are you gonna give me? You gotta give me something, man. I can't go empty-handed.
Oh. All right. Out of character for a second. I'm tempted to do something really bad, but so Kat, what would happen if I gave them the lead on? I can't give them the Church of Dagon. That's too much.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
That's bad. I can't do that.
Do it. They were jerks to you. You're a teenager.
They were jerks to me.
I thought about it plenty of times.
But you know what? Fuck it. Andy, you wait out here. I'll bring you back the fish guy.
You're gonna bring me back Noah?
I'm going to bring you back Noah. Then you deal with him how you want. You tell him we got it taken care of. That's what I can do. I can't come with you. I don't trust them with me for a second. But I give them.
Hey, all I want is the kid. We're just gonna take him back. We don't want him dead. We're just gonna,
At this point, I don't give a shit what you do to him. Just take him. He's caused us too much trouble.
Hey, You come back. If you don't come back by midnight, I can't keep them from coming in any longer.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee or something. Maybe I'll taste it. I don't know. Cool. All right. So yeah. So I guess Lawrence, you're tangling with Noah. This conversation is probably happening all during that
Yeah.
initial trash. Actually, probably what I think when Eddie says that, he starts to walk, and that's when the trash can comes sailing into your head.
Yeah.
So cool. What are you doing, Lawrence? I mean, you're rolling around with Noah. He called you
Yeah.
hurt your feelings.
So I have exactly one string now, because of the musk move. So and it's on Noah. So I would like to use that somehow. And I don't know if this is tempting him to do what I want or what. But basically I'm trying to get him to stop and chill out.
Cool. So you're like trying to calm down. I'm trying to talk some sense into you.
Yeah.
And he's kind of stares at you with dead eyes, like, but they have to bleed for what they did to us.
The dog did something to you? Come on.
The dog was
Come on, you know better.
I don't know what came over me.
Yeah, not
hurts
everybody
so
in this
much.
town hasn't hurt you.
Like, so what? Then you must find me a way out of here. All places are cursed to me now.
That's what we were trying to do. Look, where do you need to go?
I think that's the cue for Eddie to come sauntering in.
Did I hear what he said before about they all need to pay?
So. Yeah, I think so. He wasn't really trying not to shout.
Who do you want to pay, Noah? What did they do to you? I'm not sure.
The entire human race is a good place to start, but the military men, that scientist, Dr. Webern, he's the one. He must pay.
I got someone who'll take you right to him.
And who is that?
What's Andrew's last name? Andrew,
Everett.
Andrew, thank you. Andrew Everett.
He's a friend of yours?
I wouldn't call him a friend, but he told me more or less directly he wants to take you to those military men. And I don't think it's for anything that you want, but you can use that.
They'll take me back in. I think he he throws Lawrence off of him, stands up.
You'll have your chance at revenge.
But I am stronger. But I've seen them overcome my people before. They have means.
I can't tell you what's going to happen. That's not my. But I can put you. All I can do is try to put you in the place where you can do some damage. If not, tell Larry where you want to go.
Well, okay, Larry, this is your string, but conditionally he'll accept Edward's offer if you both go with him.
Yeah, I think my main intention here was to keep him from killing people. So I think this is the best option we have left. So yeah, I will go with him.
Everything is fine.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Cool. I think it's time to see what's happening with the happy couple. So I guess you're running out into the common with the queen trailing you.
Oh, good. She's following us. Awesome.
Yeah, of course she is.
I think it's nighttime, right?
Oh yeah, very much so.
Is the moon out?
I could look that up, but let's say yes, because it could just be the fairy are making the moon come out.
Great. I think it's very important that we find our friends. So I'm going to gaze into the abyss to find them. And for my advancement, I took Howl at the Moon.
System mastery is a thing. So
Sure.
is that the one that makes you act as if you have 3 dark
Yep.
while you're bathed in moonlight? Okay.
So I roll a 9.
So yeah.
And I think that when I gaze into the abyss around other people, if they are looking straight at me, I just look like a unicorn. Like I just like shimmer in and out of being my actual form.
Cool. So
That would have freaked me out earlier.
this is what you see. You get a series of like fast motion videos of Eddie, Lawrence, and Noah meeting the military guys along with Andrew down by the dock, and you see this horrific fight where Edward and Larry get killed, but a lot of other people die. And that's all pretty horrific. But the most horrific part of the vision is you look up and you see with that sort of doubled vision, the same sort of, at least now you'll be able to tell people, now you'll be able to understand when people say they see the horn on you, even though you're looking like a human.
Mm-hmm.
You see both you see a guy in a trench coat aiming a pistol at you, and behind him you see a beautiful elf pulling back a golden bow aimed straight at you.
Great. Good. Whew. So, do I get a sense of where the two of them are?
Oh, that you can see them. They're like on the other end of the ice rink.
Okay, well, I don't pay any attention to...
Oh, you mean in Larry, Eddie, and everyone else?
Yeah, Larry, Eddie, and everyone else.
Oh, okay. You can see. They're over by an alleyway.
So I glance at where the hunters are, and then grab Selina by the arm and run for Eddie and Lawrence.
Fantastic. That sounds like you're running away.
I am running away.
Well, then this will be entertaining.
When you run away, what do you add?
Volatile.
Fuck. Volatile's a -1. I roll a 6. Well.
Cool. So definitely Selina has a good idea of which direction you're running. But Selina may have some terrible choices to make because there's the sound of a shot. At the same time, you feel a golden arrow smack in the leg, Astrid.
Great.
Take 1 harm, but that's not the worst part. The worst part is that leg is lamed. Might as well take that as a condition, disabled leg. And on the wind, you hear hounds hauling. And you can see the guy in the trench coat walking up, and behind him, the elf is just sort of shadowing him, moving in perfect unison. Everybody's screaming at this point. Cops are like coming out, and he's holding up a government ID, shouting, with the Department of War, everybody remain calm. She's a saboteur.
Great.
And but behind him, the elf is just looking at you and saying, "You shan't keep my prize, whatever you've done to the queen. The hunt can be loosed upon thee too." Cool.
So, I mean, yeah, I'm there right next to you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, I see all this too, and I'm like,
I tell you that I look at you and I say, you have to go help them. I will take care of myself.
I need to keep my cool, I think.
Yeah.
Because I have that hunger of thrills.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yep. Yeah. I'm afraid charging the elf, I guess. Either or. Actually pretty decent. I got a 8 total.
Fantastic. Is that it? Yep, doesn't matter if you can hunger +1. Yeah, you can totally tackle Trenchcoat Dude.
Yeah,
But
you can see
you will leave Astrid completely unprotected.
Well, I have a question on that score.
Sure.
Did anybody bring their dogs to the festival?
Well, I see which move you want. I've been trying to get this in.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
never
haven't been
happened.
hanging around with animals.
Been hanging around.
Yeah, of course there's some yappy dog next to you screaming his head off. He's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!"
I say to the dog, you need to be calm. Go get your friends.
Not really possible. Not really possible.
Go get your friends. All of your friends.
I don't got that much pee in me.
Use your voice.
All right, fine. They don't listen to me, but sure. It's like a little yappy tear, but he goes tearing off into the alley, tearing off. Your larger problem is. Oh yeah, but first I want to hear what.
Yeah, what's Selina doing?
Yeah. No,
what's
that's
in
when
the
like
toad?
I just pick Astrid up again and rush off towards our friends because getting her out of danger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not obeying your hunger, huh?
Yeah, that's why I needed to keep my cool. Otherwise, I just would have charged him.
Okay, cool. So as you're running, the guy shoots you.
Do I
So
get
take
to
a harm.
run away?
No, you're gonna get away. You
Okay.
that was to keep your cool. That was the terrible choice I gave you. But take a harm because he shoots as you go by. Now here's the deal. As you may have noticed, the Fae operate in metaphor when they have to be in the mortal realm. So while Astrid with Fairy Sight can, and maybe even Selina, though not as powerfully, can see that the hounds are being unleashed upon the town, what it looks like to everyone else is that the townsfolk have all got in their head to rip the two saboteurs to pieces. So they'll probably never understand why they were so interested in doing that. And they are tearing after you in a mob. So meanwhile, Noah, Edward, and Larry, you hear the two shots for sure.
Yeah, I do conveniently still have this gun, and I really don't like Trenchcoat Guy. So like if I see him, I'm just gonna shoot him.
Okay, you're gonna have to push your way through
Okay.
a crowd of people to get a clear shot.
Okay.
Let's call that keeping your cool, I think.
Something I'm very good at. That's 8, 7.
Cool. So here's your choice. You can, I mean, you're a funky arms and you're a big foul-smelling skunk ape, so you can definitely push your way through the crowd. But if you do, you're going to completely lose Eddie and Noah behind you. There's no way you can stay close to them and get a clean shot.
Yeah, I think at least Lawrence thinks that Noah has sort of calmed down enough that he and Eddie are like just talking now and not, trying to kill each other. So I think I'll take that.
Cool. Fine. You push your way through the crowd. There's this moment where it just opens up and there's a nice clean corridor, and you pull the trigger and the guy goes down hard. There's a lot of blood. Now people are shrieking. So cool. Let's just say that you're going to need to take the condition marked for the hunt as well.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fun. This is fine. Everything is fine.
Everything's fine. This will not turn out badly at all.
No, you're going to be fine. Everything is fine. Cool. All right. So, Eddie and Noah, you see the crowd pouring after two people running. You're maybe not even sure because they're covered in blood. So I don't know if you can tell who they are. And Lawrence is swept up in that crowd too. What are you guys gonna do?
Come on, Noah. Lawrence is buying us a shot. Let's make a run for Andrew.
All right. I'm trusting you on this, Edward. Don't betray me.
I give him a big ghoulish grin. And
is there a rule for when the GM shivers in fear?
And I guess, am I rolling run away? What's the...
Yeah, let's call it that. That's the easiest way to do it.
Keep your cool. That is an 8 plus 2 is a 10.
Cool. Yeah, so that's not a problem. You guys head down towards the docks. And you can see Andrew standing kind of on one of the piers. He's like eating some clam chowder. He looks up at you guys like, oh, with a surprised look on his face. Meanwhile, there's total chaos going on in the green. What are you guys doing? Edward, let's start with you.
I think what I would like to do is pass off Noah to Andrew as quickly as I can and book it back into that just to sort of revel in it. So I say, all right, Noah, here's Andrew. He can take you to the people you want to see.
Yeah, I gotta put the cuffs on this guy, right?
You didn't say anything about cuffs. He'll come quietly. He's not gonna lay a hair on your head, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think this guy's in his right mind right now, so I'm gonna have to do this. Unless you're gonna stop me, Eddie.
If I brought him to you, he came peacefully. If you try to put the cuffs on him, this thing is going to go to shit. If you let him, Noah, if he doesn't put the cuffs on you, will you go with him?
Do you have a string on Eddie? I mean, on Andrew? I don't think you do.
Didn't I spent it already?
I gotta do this, man. I mean, I only got on death, and it's kind of precious to me.
Look, I cut him off. Look at Noah for a second. Do you think if he doesn't want you to put those cuffs on him, he's gonna just let you? I can't convince him.
Are you trying to shut him down?
a little bit. Yeah, not a little bit. Yes, I'm trying to shut him down forcefully. So let's roll that. I'm okay at cold. 8, 9.
Cool. You're gonna take a condition though.
Yep.
But what are you doing to him?
I'm gonna take a string, and I want to turn around and spend that string right away.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
What can you offer him that he'll agree to do this?
What can I offer him that he'll agree to do this?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what he's gonna want to hear.
Look.
He needs some kind of concrete proof from you.
What have I got?
That's
Hold on
gonna
one
be okay.
second. I have an idea, but I need to look at something for a second. Look, I know you and Selina did not end on the greatest of terms, but like, you know, we go way back. I can maybe, like, before you go, when all this shit is cleaned up, I can maybe get her to sit down and talk to you and maybe, like, you know, make that right.
Yeah, that's not the thing I want you to do, but just tell her that I shipped out. And then maybe later you tell her I'm dead. Hey, I don't want nobody coming looking for me no more.
I can do that for you.
I mean, yeah. It's not like you'd be lying.
And I look Noah in the face one last time. I'm like, are you good here, Noah? You're gonna go with him and do, you know, just be yourself for them?
I'm not sure. I will be fine. He's like, he just keeps looking out at the waves, like he's hearing things. Like, I'm sure I will do as you say. You're my friend, Edward. You would not harm. And he just kind of trails off.
Great. And I book it into the crowd, howling.
Cool. Yeah, Astrid and Selina, what are you doing?
Whew. I think still making. Yeah, we're trying to get out of here. Trenchcoat guy is dead, but that elf is still chasing us, and we have a mob now. I'm kind of hoping that small dog comes back with a lot of other dogs. But I might be screwed.
That is an interesting hope to pin everything on.
I gotta find Andrew. He promised me that he would get me out of trouble.
Yeah.
This is trouble.
Oh my God.
We're kind of screwed.
Yep. Yeah, well, he owes me.
Well, you could look for him.
Sure.
You know.
We saw where they were at one point. So, yes. I will, you know, I'm gonna gaze into the abyss to figure out the best way out of here.
Great.
Yeah, this will not fire. It's not, backfire in any way. You'll be fine. He thinks you're gonna be fine.
Yep, there's a 2.
Ooh, I believe in you. I do.
Do you have any integrity?
No.
So I don't think you can believe in me, right?
I can. Do I just roll it a +0, or do I not? Can I not roll?
I don't know. It says roll with integrity and erase 1 integrity after you roll.
Bitch.
Yeah, you have to have the integrity to spend. I don't know that we.
Nope.
Wait a second. Yeah, but you know what? I think you earned an integrity and we got to notice. Because you stood up to the Faery Queen, didn't you?
That's true. Yes, you did.
You took the moral high ground on an issue that matters.
All
and
right.
we didn't catch it.
That is true.
Sure. It's the last session anyway.
Yep.
So sure, you can roll integrity and see what happens. You're rolling a +1.
I roll an 8,
Right there.
which means
Okay.
that
This
your
becomes a
roll,
7 or 9, right?
yeah, your roll becomes a 7 and 9.
Cool.
All right. So 9 shows you confusing, alarming visions, but you get your answer nonetheless.
Cool. Yeah, this is fantastic. You discover where Andrew is. Um, the visions make you look up, and you see Andrew being tossed from the docks across the common, and he smacks into the ground in the middle of the ice, and near where the other guy fell down.
Cool.
All right.
So do we see Noah, that I'm assuming is the one that tossed him?
You don't see Noah, but yes, he is absolutely the one who tossed him.
Yeah.
What you do see, and you're not sure if it's real or a thing to come, is you see that the tide has risen alarmingly.
All right. Well, I guess I rush towards the docks because that's where Andrew is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Astrid, you're going to need to run away if you want to follow.
Okay. I said I was carrying Astrid. You want me to
Oh,
roll?
you're carrying Astrid.
That's okay. I rolled a 12.
Oh, okay. Well then.
I rolled a 12 to run away.
Oh, cool then. Yeah, you guys are going to get to the docks. So, Lawrence, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for them. So if I see them, I'm running toward them. Otherwise, I'm kind of, yeah, just I'm either looking for them or I'm running after them.
Looking for who exactly?
Any of the other three.
Oh, okie dokie. I think you see simultaneously Ed coming diving into the crowd, and you see Astrid and Selina running from the crowd.
Great. Okay. I know what Ed is doing and why. I don't know what Astrid and Selina are doing and why. So I think I'm gonna go after them.
All right, you come running up with your long monkey arms and your skunk ape strength. Cool. What do you? So yeah, let's just put you together. You guys get there. You get up to them. You come running up to them out of breath, and you see that you see them headed towards the crumpled body of Andrew.
Great.
I didn't know he actually got tossed.
Oh yeah, no,
I thought it was
real.
just a vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
I checked to see if he's okay.
Well, he doesn't have a pulse, but he's moving.
Right.
What does unicorn blood do to a dead person?
I don't know. What do you think it does?
I don't know.
You want to get close to this guy, Tim Astrid? Didn't you say he was hunting you?
Yes, but he's a human being.
Yeah, but he's military.
It's debatable, but
so he has does he have any wounds or anything?
He's got a bone jutting out of his arm from where he fell. He's just sort of looking at it like, that damn thing is always so tricky.
I immediately take some of the blood from my leg wound and I just start I push the bone back in and just start mending him. And I think even though he's dead, it works.
I agree. However, Okay. Cool. Why don't you roll with plus dark, please?
Yep. I roll a 13.
Okay, so that worked. All right. He blinks and he looks and
Like snap my fingers in his face.
he
Slap
like
him
looks at
inside.
you. He's like, I feel. And then he buckles over and water comes flooding out of his nose and mouth.
Oh my goodness.
It's like oily and and there's a lot of blood mixed in with it. He's like choking. In fact, he is in fact drowning. You worked really well. You brought him back to life. Unfortunately, when he was last alive, he was drowning in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Oh.
Holy fuck. What did you do?
So I guess I try to like position him so that he can get the water out of his body.
Fantastic.
And, I'm like beating on his back and.
Why don't you roll to keep your cool here?
Yeah.
Because the crowd is getting closer and closer.
I roll a 9.
Cool. If we stay long enough to make sure all the water comes out of his lungs, the crowd will get to you.
She's Astrid.
Yeah, take an integrity.
Integrity. Yeah.
Larry, what are you doing?
Well, I was like not quite holding Andrew down, but ready to, because I don't trust this guy, and like my friend's right there smearing blood on him, which is weird, but like but once I hear the crowd coming closer, I'm yeah, like the first person to get to Astrid. Depending on who it is, I'm either going to shoot them or tackle them.
I think it's a random townsperson. Actually, it doesn't have to be random, does it?
Nope.
I have total control.
You too.
It's Dorothy.
Oh,
who's
okay,
running
yeah,
as if she's running and leg doesn't hurt her.
That's odd. But like she's not an NP anyway, so that's really the only person I would just shoot. You know, would be one of those guys that caught us on the beach. So yeah, I think I'll just like grab her and try to like keep her from Astrid, and I think I'm taking roughly the same approach, but like hopefully with less beating. Like okay, stop, calm down. I'm trying to.
Cool. You have a string on her, but I think
I don't anymore.
No, wait. She has a string on you. That's right. She has a string on you. Okay, then this is keep your cool. Because
Sorry, guys.
Seven. Let me. That's a negative, isn't it? It is -6.
Oh, good. Cool.
I think I know.
Well, you're dragging her off. You're like, Dottie, no! And then you realize that you have much bigger problems because you look out into the harbor and see well, the word tsunami wouldn't be used right now. So you see a tidal wave about 5 feet tall, cresting and roaring right at the docks. And in the middle of the pier, standing like this with his arms up, is Noah. Edward, you're running along with your fellow wild hunters, and Fancy Pants comes running up next to you. Just like he looks like he's walking, but he's running as fast as you are. Like, nice night for a hunt, huh?
I just scream, like feral scream.
Do me a favor, kid. Maybe we're gonna keep the girl, maybe we're not. Bring down that unicorn for me. You do that. You can stay around. I'll find you a spot in the kennel.
I just scream again and keep running.
Okie dokie. That's entertaining. Cool. Selina, what are you doing?
Yeah, no clue. But I guess the mob's rushing us. There's a tidal wave coming at us. Astrid's making sure Andy gets the water and blood out of his lungs as I was helping, and I was like, look, Andy, snap the fuck out of it. You said you'd get me out of trouble. We're in a lot of fucking trouble, and you need to officer up and take control.
So what happens if he breaks that promise?
Oh, like I get a string on him and XP, and then I can use spend that string in cruel ways.
He's like, I'm open now. So cool. Take the XP and take the string.
Okay.
The town clock, the clock over the old meeting near the old meeting house starts to chime. And on either side of you is the king and the queen. Like, oh, this is quite. The king's is like quite a situation you found yourself in, huh? And the queen, like, yes. Just tell me what you want, dear. You want to save all your friends? We can do that.
Oh. I want you both to fucking leave and never come back without me.
Cool. I think at that moment, Edward comes leaping out of the crowd at Astrid.
Okay, so I don't think I actually leap at Astrid.
Fair enough.
I'm happy to leap out of the crowd. This is all too orderly for me. Like, there's two sides here. There's someone who's given me orders. They want me to do this person to kill this person. No. And I think who do I have strings on? Give me 1 second. Should have been thinking about this before. What NPCs do I have strings on? I got a few strings on a few NPCs who may be hanging out in this hunt, if it's okay with you. I've got a string on that fucker Daniel Delaney, we haven't seen in a while. I got a string on Mario. I got a string on Terry, the first mate.
I think it's Danny. Danny's the guy that went up to the headlands, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think he's leap Astrid then.
All right. So what I want to do, I say, Danny, you asshole. What's a better fight? Injured girl or one of those motherfuckers over there? And I point to no, I want that wave to hit. I want that chaos to happen. I point. Are you going to let them tell us what to do? And I point at the king and queen.
I'm not 100% sure he can them.
Right.
My only issue with this.
Right. I can try to put him in a headlock first. How about that?
Well, you could give them a target that he most definitely could see. I mean, it'd be chaotic.
Oh, that's a fair point. Who do I want to point him to?
You can see either Lawrence or Selina. Those two are both in on it. And the crowd is not touching Selina. They're just kind of pouring around her as they try and get to Astrid.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually point him at me.
Okay. Yep. He doesn't. The offer is good enough in this case. Like he just howls and goes for your throat with his teeth. What do you do?
I punch him in the neck.
Nice.
Neck punch.
Please.
That is a 7. 8, I guess, with the +1 for going after chaos, but either way. Yeah, I don't.
Cool. What are you gonna?
Yeah, what's my choice?
You gonna choose there?
Got
Yeah.
some good choices here.
Yeah, you do. It does seem like this would be the moment for your darkest self to hit.
I know. But it's also... Yes, I'm just going to take my darkest self. Let's just do it.
Yep. All right. So you punch him, then leap on him, then take a chunk out of his arm, then leap on someone else and take a chunk out of them.
Yeah, I'm just like diving in, and this is like I'm biting into their flesh. But what I'm feeding on here is the chaos and the this is not my hunger. This is Helmet Lady's hunger that I'm feeding right now.
So, the king sees this, and he makes a kind of offhand gesture, clearly trying to get the hunt to turn on you. But they don't. And Selina, standing in front of you now, is a third person, an elegantly dressed woman in a long black evening gown. Like, dearest, there's a third option to all this mess that you've caused, which, by the way, I'm enjoying immensely. Kudos to you, young Eddie, which you can't hear because you're freaking out right now.
You just going to stand there? You're going to tell me this third option?
Oh,
Ms.
Don't go with. Names are a luxury.
I don't know.
All I need you to do is stay and cause chaos, and perhaps start a cult in my name. We'll get to it.
But
I have starter packages for that.
We need a name first.
Well, I have so many. I suppose.
Bro, what's your offer?
You could just call me the messenger, love.
Oh, goodness.
That's a good place to start. Don't go. I'll give you different powers. You'll spread chaos and worship. It's really kind of the sort of thing you were doing anyway. As the clock chimes again and the crowd starts to get
Lady,
closer and
I don't
closer to
have
Astrid.
time for you just to yank my chain around, just spit it out, or get the fuck out of my face, because I'm done with all of this shit. I'm trying to shut her down.
This will be enjoyable. Please, je vous invite de chez Lady.
Yes, another 2. That's what I was hoping for.
Well,
get that advancement.
Well, you were doing what I wanted. I thought my offer was quite clear, but since it's not, I suppose I'll just withdraw all my protection. It's been fun watching this play out. Enjoy your night. And with that, the crowd grabs Astrid and starts pulling her.
Yeah.
Edward falls down, poured over by the rest of the crowd. Lawrence, you were dragging off Dottie. Dottie is passed out, and the crowd is trying to trample her, and you're trying to hold her back.
Yeah.
And the wave comes sweeping up over the docks.
Okay. So like the wave is already hitting. That's not a thing that I could stop by like attacking Noah. Um,
Oh, you're gonna attack Noah.
yeah, that was my plan. If that would have any effect.
Yeah. Let's roll for plus volatile. You're a big skunk ape and you rest. Noah's just sort of walking, and as he walks, the wave comes with him, as if, it's obeying his will. It does seem to be staying in crest for a very long time.
Okay, cool. Okay. I will. Oops. What am I rolling here? Just
This is just plus volatile. We're just gonna call it
Okay.
lashing out.
cool. Once again, I roll a 6, but 8.
Oh, which one you want to have happen here?
I guess I should probably have looked at that. Huh?
I think, well, the one I would suggest, I get to decide how bad the harm is. But don't let me stop you. They could also gain a string on you, or you could become your dark self.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and decide how bad the harm is.
Okay, I'm gonna withhold judgment for a second. I'd like to cut back to Astrid because it sounds like there's a thing going on. So, okay, you've got the Dark Lady, you've got the two Fae, and what do you want to say, Astrid? A crowd is dragging at you.
So I think Astrid screams at the top of her lungs for everyone to stop. And like the people holding her are like either startled or the king and queen are paying attention. And so they look and everyone stops. And I look at both of them and I say, if you will let my friends go, including Selina, I will go with you.
The queen looks at
promise
you.
to me.
Yeah.
Broke so many promises to me.
The queen looks at you and says, I have no need of a steed. The king looks at you and says, you know I'll hunt you forever.
I'm a fast runner.
And the messenger looks at you and says, you want to come with me, dear?
What would you have me do?
So many wonderful things.
As long as they are not counter to my nature.
Natures can be altered.
If everyone here...
She looks...
Astrid, don't you fucking dare.
The messenger is going to accept your bargain if you wish to agree.
I turn back to Selina and I say, you know how I promised to lend you my mink hat and let you sleep over? You can just have it. And the house. Let me sleep over even if I'm not there.
Cool.
I'm so angry.
Yeah.
The clock chimes again. What are you going to do, Selina?
Damn it. I sort of want to lunge at Astrid, so angry, like.
Well, what were you going to do?
Well, I was gonna just get us out of here by going, just popping into the veil and getting out of the chaos.
Oh, you took that. You took that move. Huh?
Yeah.
That's
like,
fun.
You don't have to do this. I can save us. They don't care about the others. If you'll come with me, I can get us out of here with enough time to get back, and then they'll be fucked.
Honesty demands that I inform you that you sure can cross over the veil. Whether or not you'll ever be able to cross back another issue.
It says it only lasts a scene.
Yeah, but that's for people that aren't being hunted by the Fae. True though. We'll see.
I mean, if you want to give it a shot.
If you have a string on her, do you have a string on her?
I have 4 strings on her.
That's fantastic.
And one is a vengeful strings too, so she just hurt me.
I mean, if you wanna just grab me and disappear.
But you have to be willing.
I mean, I'm willing to go with you.
Okay, yeah. Let's do this. Let's risk it.
It's gonna go super well.
Cool.
So yeah,
Okay.
I say all of that stuff. The dark one probably like starts to accept my offer, and then I tell you that like you can have the mink hat and stay in my house. And I think you just grab me and we disappear. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So the king and the queen look at each other. Oh, it's your fault. At each other. And
It was your fault.
As they fade away, anybody who would be close enough to hear them would hear arguing for terms of borrowing the wild hunt, and the king arguing back, saying this is just as bad as it was back then. Lawrence, I'm afraid I want to go super dark on this.
Okay.
Is that about right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you run up and you're like begging Noah to please stop, please stop, please stop. And he's just saying they all have to drown. And you have to break his neck. Which may not kill him. Probably does. But I'm going to give you a chance to decide that or not. Because I think fair. That's
I'll
what's
do it.
going to happen.
I'll do it.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's horrible.
Yeah.
The madness fades out of everyone gradually, and they're all standing around like, what happened? And they're looking around at the mess like, oh, a squall must have flown through. Yeah, so Edward, you drop and you can feel your heart slowing down quickly as the hunt fades you. And it's pretty clear that the king has withdrawn his pleasure with you, so.
What's the scene? I mean, so Selina and Astrid are gone.
Yeah.
And can I see Lawrence and Noah over on the dock?
100%.
And what?
And you see Dottie just crying and holding her leg, which hurt hell. And you see Andy spitting up water and blood, but slowly looking at you. As you look, you see like the skin on his face begin to turn red and crisp, as if he was being burned by an oil fire.
Can I? Am I still hungry for chaos or just thrills? Can I feel that hunger?
Just thrills. The
Just
messenger's upset with you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give it. That may come back to haunt you.
It's not because of anything I did. Selina. So I go over to Andy and I slap him in the face.
Like, Jesus! That hurts! Fuck.
What's wrong
Eddie,
with you?
I got brought back to life, so I think I'm dying.
Oh, that's too bad.
Ed, how did you die?
I died. I died with the pneumonia, I think.
So, if you had time, you could get to a dock, and maybe they could do something, right?
For me? I'm dead.
Yeah.
What?
I
No.
don't wanna.
Well, let's steal a car. Let's steal ourselves a car. Let's get you a car, and let's get you to the hospital. Is that what you're saying?
No, Annie. I'm saying maybe I shouldn't be the one that comes back.
We don't have any say over this.
Maybe I do. I can feel it swirling around in me, Andy. That Astrid blood.
I slap him again. We're gonna get you to a hospital. Let's go. Let's go. Move. And I look for a car.
Okay. Again, on sense, I tell you that you're not really 100% sure you're going to get him to a hospital before he dies.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I'm looking for is the fast drive and the hot wiring of the car. I think I'm looking for that jump start.
So you pass up the chance to come back to life. Okay.
Yeah. I'm too hungry to even think about it.
Oh dear. So Lawrence, the Reverend and several of you guess are his congregationalists come down to the docks and they look at Noah and they look at you. And the Reverend looks up and says, "We were not blameless in this.
No
We have
kidding.
failed exiles."
Yeah. Okay. Nice of you to finally figure that out. I'm just like sitting on the dock, like just yeah. I don't get up when he comes or anything like that.
For what it's worth, child, I forgive you at least. Whether or not thou forgives me is. As for the wave, I think that broke as soon as you broke Noah's neck. It just splashed down and just roared back out to sea.
Yeah.
So the Reverend looks at you and says, "It is clear that the exiles are too dangerous to be allowed to come back, but they are too wounded to be allowed to wander around the mortals. We shall take it upon ourselves to see them cared for beneath the waves. They may never take place among us, but we can make them comfortable. Though they not change, we will send to the forest if they'll take them. Will you take that commission, Lawrence?"
What? So you're asking me to take them to the forest to hide, or you're asking me to kill them if they flip out? Which?
Take them
What are you
to
really
the
asking
forest
here?
to hide. If they become part of your people, there's still old magic in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
Have plans to do this war for the human world, yes?
Yeah. Not as a monster, just as a person.
He leans in close to you and says, "May I suggest you join either the Navy or the Marines?"
And not these
blessing
assholes.
Join something close to the water, Lawrence Shepherd, for the blessing of salt will go upon thee.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
And with that, four of them pick up the body of Noah, and without a word, they jump off the dock and vanish beneath the water.
All right. Cool. Yeah. I like stand up and go looking for my friends who have all disappeared.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Andy died in the car. Eddie, I'm sorry.
I tried.
Yeah, I think when I see that, I just keep my foot on the floor and keep driving past the hospital.
Just keep going, huh?
Till I run out of gas.
That doesn't take that long. It's only got an A-class ration sticker, so there's only 4 gallons of gas. I guess the only question left to find out is whether or not Astrid and Selina get back from Faery.
Yeah.
And honestly don't know how to respond on this. I mean, theoretically, you'll bounce back out of Faery. Oh. So let me pick an idea on that.
I mean...
Oh, no, if you've got something, please.
Well, I don't know. If we wanted to leave it open-ended, that'd be fine. Because I thought, like, well, if I end up getting another game, I'm like, I'll just play Selina. She just popped out of the veil.
Right?
Yeah, actually, what I was thinking is, time runs differently in Faery. So you may come out of the veil, but not at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm fine leaving it open-ended and seeing what happens.
Just like running through the Fae realm as we're still being chased or whatever.
I think
a
slightly awkward thing is that in the Fae realm, I'm not a human being.
Absolutely not. You have to be a unicorn in the Fae realm.
I think the only thing that we see of Selina and Astrid at the end of this cinematic masterpiece that has been this final session is Selina wrapping her arms around the neck of like a pure white unicorn and me like resting my chin on her back as we're like standing in like Fae realm.
Yep.
That's gorgeous. Wow. Okay. I guess that's Kingsport 43. I guess Slay joins either the Marines or the Navy. I don't know where Edward goes. He may still be out there somewhere.
Yeah, I think he ultimately tries to get himself enlisted and lie to the draft board. Not lie to the draft board, and fake his physical somehow. Get himself.
I think if you wait till 44, that won't be a big problem.
Exactly. So I think Edward ends up in Europe on D-Day, and after that, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the last shot. It's like the opening scene of Private Ryan. Everybody's sick and throwing up, and you're like, yeah, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
They let me out of the brig just for the invasion.
Yeah. Wow. So that was Kingsport 1943, I guess. That was a thing. That was really good. We'll be back next week with Kingsport 1886, which will be real interesting. And Seraphine will be part of that. I haven't figured out how I'm going to schedule it yet, but I am looking to do probably a Last for the Awful Sea for Kingsport 1851, parts 1, 2, and 3. But that has yet to go up on the schedule. It'll be a whaling voyage going around the world. It's going to be great.
I don't even know how that works as Monsterhearts.
She'll figure it out.
I wouldn't do it as Monsterhearts. I think I'd do it as Last of the Awful Sea because it makes more sense. Also, an interesting idea to explore what adults from Kingsport look like.
The ones who survive to adulthood have got to be pretty weird.
They've got to be real weird.
Yeah.
Just like mega.
Yeah, I would. Well, I'd like to explore the tension between the mundane and weird parts of Kingsport for that one, I think. But we'll find out. I dropped the Discord link into the thing, and This was really great. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed tonight's mayhem.
It was delightful.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all, and I'll see you again soon and talk to you on Discord. So have a great night and have a happy New Year.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
Likewise.